What's going on, Junkie Nation? Gorgeous George and Goes always deliver the big names. Today we get to talk to former UFC flyweight and bantamweight champion Henry Cejudo, also a former U.S. freestyle wrestling gold medalist. Now he's doing his thing at RAF. Welcome back, Henry. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. Just enjoying the summer. I'm not in Vegas like you guys. I'm not in Phoenix either. I'm enjoying some good old 7 to 9 degree weather out here,
Where are you?
and cloudy. I'm in upstate New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. So
Is
just
that where you did
enjoying,
your
man.
camp?
Yeah, I did my camp here, man. I did my camp here out in Amsterdam, New York, and a good friend of mine. He's the founder of Sticker Meal. His name's Anthony Constantino. He opened up his gym, got a bunch of training partners out here for me, and just ready to rock and roll.
Henry, why are we doing this so quick after the last wrestling match? Like, couldn't we have let it breathe a few months? Is there a reason why it's being done within a month?
Just opportunity, man. You see what's behind me? You see what's behind me,
Family.
George?
Yeah.
Familia. It's never about me, man. It's me, familia. And no, I think first and foremost, I think Chad Bronstein and Izzy Martinez, they approached me. It was like, hey, man, we need somebody to to headline this event. 'Cause they felt like it was just, I guess I don't want to say a little flat, but just not enough. And they called me, and I'm just like, bro, like I was kind of the same way. It's like, why don't we just give it a few months? Let's let Merab fight let Merab fight Jan, and then we can do it after. Because I wanted my summer, for my family, and then obviously, they've been taking care of me. I love what they're doing for the sport of wrestling, and I said, why not? Why not? And I got some other things too in the pipeline too. So I just figured, all right, I'm already kind of, in shape. I might as well just keep the ball rolling.
Hmm. I'm curious. Those other things, are they competing as well, or more on the business side?
They're competing as well. What's
Oh, look
your
at you.
you gotta? What do you think, George? You gotta. I feel like you know something.
No, I don't know anything. But like I say, you're still 39. When you compete, you're out there competing hard. You're hard to break, if breakable at all, and you go till the end, no matter what. I always respected that about you. Um, but I also felt like, we've seen you sail off into the sunset a couple times, and I know that you're very close to your family. So these must be good opportunities. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah. And can I tell you something, George? I never thought that I would be in this game for this long, especially wrestling. But the simple fact that Rural American Freestyle is officially a pro league and it's doing bigger numbers. It's doing bigger numbers than like SmackDown and the WWE. And even at
Oh
one
yeah.
point, when that whole Giorgio thing happened with Armin Sarukian, they outdid the UFC and the WWE numbers. So these numbers right now, Rural American Freestyle is the number one show in on Fox Nation. I mean, it's only taken off for him. I'm also a stakeholder in it too. So, part of me is like I'm also putting my money where my mouth is. And like I said, man, Chad and Izzy, what they're doing, man, with the sport, like I would never do this. This is why, man, I was done with fighting, bro. I was done with fighting like when I did retire the first time. I didn't want to, but like I said, you look behind, you look behind me, you understand why. But for wrestling, man, I will go to the ends of the earth because that's the sport that's made everybody from John Jones to DC to the Triple C to everybody that's involved in wrestling that's Justin Gaethje. A lot of it is just kind of just I'm just proud to give back.
Yeah. So right before we got you on, Goes was saying, "I like this guy," and then he started to tell you, but we weren't on yet. I'd rather him tell you now that the interview started. Goes, what is it about Triple C that you're down with?
Well, I love the fact that he came in with his wrestling pedigree into our sport, but he learned everything the right way, the way he paced himself. I was always proud of that. Plus, we're Latino too, and it was nice to have you in the sport. But what I really respected was when you came around to the media side of doing a podcast and analyst work, you just did a good job of kind of covering both sides. Like you didn't feel like you were biased towards one particular side. And so that's not easy to do. That's very hard to do. So yeah, you kind of hit all the check marks, Triple C. You caught me giving you a compliment as you were coming in.
Wow. Well, man, those are rare, but I appreciate that, man. And I wish more fighters had that within them. You know, I guess I've always been somebody that's tried to tell the truth, even if that hurt some of my friends or whatever that may be. Like there's times I guess we do become biased with in certain situations, but for the most part, man, I think I was 98% authentic. Obviously, it was a shtick, but still, it's still me. Like it's still amplified. And I wish a guy like Ian Garry would more rather than kissing and hugging and like, man, how do you create a storyline where it's like this dude's Russian, like this dude, like he's not from that. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish Gary understood that game a little bit more. I wish he would have brought a little bit more of that Magni animosity into Islam Makhachev. Because imagine this, guys. After a performance like that, like, you think the UFC is going to give him an opportunity to fight for the title again? In particular, because he didn't really sell the fight and it was just too kumbaya and whatnot. Like, it was ridiculous, man. Like, how come these fighters cannot? Dana White, first of all, Dana White don't like that shit. Number one, you heard it from him. For those fighters that are looking to get his attention and looking to get paid, you have to be able to sell the fight. And Ian Garry just missed all the boxes. Like, it was all about his kid. It was, his wife, and then his well-being, and how he's 28 years old and he still has time to become champion. It doesn't work like that, Ian. If I was to give Ian advice, like, bro, the time is now. People get better, man. You got a guy like Jacoby Smith coming up with real power in them damn hands. Like, bro, you give a guy, a wrestler like that, a little bit more experience, bro, everybody's in trouble. So it doesn't always work the way people think things happen. Like, that's not it. I remember training for the Olympics, and I remember somebody telling me, like, this was back in, leading into the 08 Olympics, and they're like, yeah, Henry, well, your time's going to be in 2012. And I'm just like, no, man, no, I've sacrificed too much. There's another young guy, another high school kid looking at me, the records that I've broken, and he's looking to break my face too. And I'm just like, the time is now. So it's a misconception from people that think that time is on their side.
Yeah. We actually had this conversation a little earlier where we were talking about how long will it take Ian Garry to get back to this moment. And I had mentioned, I feel like there's the performance that he has to erase, right, from people's minds. But there's also the fact that he didn't sell the fight. If this doesn't bother you losing at your top moment right there, how are we supposed to get invested in wanting you to come back and fight in this moment again? He has to kind of shore two things up. But, and we are going to get back to wrestling, because I'm going to figure out a way to tie this in, because, at the end of your match, I like to look at your guys' faces, and just, your face was completely different. You could tell how bad you wanted this. And right away, I knew you would be back. I just didn't know you'd be back this quick. But did all that kind of regain your hunger and all this? Because look at all these gloves I have back here, right? And for the longest time, we've been saying, all right, UFC's number 1, PFL's number 2. But I'll tell you what, RAF has done so many crazy things, and we've found ourselves talking about it so much that I wouldn't be shocked if this was the number 2 organization, maybe like a year from now. Dude, it's fun, man.
That's so good. That's so good.
It
is, man. It is, especially taking an L to Merab. You know what I'm saying? And that's the beauty about wrestling. Like, I'm coming up on my 18th year anniversary, man, on August 19th of when I won 18 years, but I could have an 18-year-old, bro, when I won the Olympics. Like, graduating from high school. But that's the beauty about wrestling, man. Like, you don't train, you don't do X, Y, and Z, you get a good game plan, doesn't matter, bro. Like, somebody could pummel you. And it just happened to me, and it happened to be Merab again. It was up 8-0. So it is exciting. I'm not taking knees and elbows and fists to the head. Um, but it's dude. Merab did his thing. He got the victory. No excuses. That crowd in Georgia, bro. The only time that I can honestly compare that to is when I wrestled in Iran and I was in the finals, and I could feel like a big old wave when I got taken down by the Iranian, where it just almost like that energy kind of hit me, and I felt similar in Georgia, bro. As Merab started coming up, bro, the stadium was legit shaking, and it just it sucks, man. But I think one of the things that I'll take it in the chin. I'll take it as a man. I did get tired. You could see it, and go back to the drawing boards. Brought out some new training partners, cut more weight, cut my weight correctly, like stayed lighter. Like I'm not looking to just have that dad bod, because the reality was is my return wasn't to come back for any sports. I love business, man. I'm in real estate, the content business. I've been doing all that, and I wasn't planning on doing this, but dude, it was good. It was a good shakeup for me. I was telling my wife earlier, bro, like it really humbled the shit out of me, man. Sometimes, and Kamar brought this up. And apparently Dave Chappelle said it. He's like, sometimes, you're living the dream, and sometimes you become part of somebody's dream, and it just kind of works that way. It just I happen to be a part of a moment for Merab that he will probably never forget in his life, and it fucking sucks.
Yeah, but how much of this is personal and how much of this is nationalistic pride as well? Because that did feel like it was a part of it as well.
Yeah, a little bit of everything, man. Like, of course, man. Of course it stings. Of course it does. I think it's a little bit of everything, but at the same time, I think that I've been able to let it go, get over it, and just, jump in there again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just do it again, do it again, and do it again this time. Like, do it again and be more prepared, better. I recently had gotten married, and then I went to my honeymoon. If you guys know me, bro, I like to have fun. I'm not one of these dudes that I fight on a Saturday and then back at the gym on a Monday. I never really been like that, you know. So I had fun. I did my thing, and you know, I mean, what happened happened, man. I lost. I lost out of pure experience of competition again. It's feeling what it feels like to be fatigued and tired at that level.
Mm-hmm. And before I turn it back to George, I did have one question that I want to lean on you for your expertise. This morning, we were obviously talking about the main event, UFC, and we were talking about Islam Makhachev, and the word GOAT keeps getting thrown around, right? And this is the one time where I had to kind of grab myself and say, maybe we need to just slow down. Like, we're so quick to wanting to do this. If we look at somebody like your career, right, there's a lot to cover. And I feel like with Islam Makhachev, there's not as much. I think we need to let it breathe a little bit. But for you, when you're looking at greatness, how long do you need to kind of establish that and be able to throw that kind of talk around? Are we a little premature here, or should he be in that talk?
Yes, it's a little premature. I mean, to say the GOAT, that's John Jones, and that's crazy for people to still doubt that. That's John Jones. And then I don't think, unless he's gonna go on a tear and fight for many years to come, which I don't think. But I would probably put him at man, call me crazy, bro, but I think I would probably put him ahead of GSP.
You're crazy.
You know, I would go like this, guys. I would go like this, and the only reason why I would put him ahead of GSP, cherry picked a little bit when he fought Bisbee for that title at 185 pounds. Stop me when I lie. I got John Jones, never lost. What is it, 16, 17 title fights to never lose. Then you got Demetrius Johnson with 11 consecutive title fights, and then I would go Anderson Silva with 10 title defenses, and then I would probably go either GSP or Islam Makhachev at 4. And this isn't based on somebody being cool and nice or having an accent. This is all based on freaking numbers and the simple fact that Islam defended that title, which GSP never defended his double championship. That's big. That's huge. Like I'll give it to you guys this way, in my opinion. If Islam Makhachev was to lose this fight with Ian Garry and never defended that title, I would be ahead of him. Because what I could say based on merit, I defended the flyweight title and the bantamweight title, and that puts you in a rare condition. I don't put Ilia Topuria ahead of me either, because he never defended that title. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's something prestigious when you can say, hey, I won both belts and I defended both belts. That's special.
I'm into title defenses. You're singing my tune. But the reason I called you crazy is because he said, call me crazy if you disagree, and I do. GSP had 9 title defenses. Islam's at number 5. He has 1 at welterweight, 4 at lightweight.
I thought he had 8. I thought GSP was 8 title defenses.
No, GSP has 9. He's 1 short of Anderson Silva, and he only had
so then,
2 losses, which he avenged them both. So I think Islam is definitely in the top 10, maybe even closer to the top 5 for sure. But
5.
I don't think he passed
all right. So
GSP.
that's fair, George. I think you're right. So then I would go Jones, Demetrius, Silva, GSP, and then Islam Makhachev.
Fair. Okay. Yeah. Now there are some, and a lot of journalists like to hide behind that. Okay, me sometimes goes, but your own partner, DC, they sometimes hold it against them. And tell me if you think this is fair. When anyone has any allegations of PED use, like Silva, like Jones, do you hold it against them a little bit?
I mean, we had USADA. You know, if USADA only... How long was John Jones suspended for whenever that tempted substance?
Well, I know he had like 2 or 3 incidents. They were a couple of them were minor, and I don't even hold them metabolites or electrolytes or whatever the fuck they're called. I don't hold them. Sorry for cussing in front of your kids. I apologize.
No, I got my headphones. You're fine.
Oh, okay. But he did have his title removed on one of those occasions, and then Silva, when he came back against Diaz, same thing. Probably recovering from the leg, honestly. So sometimes, like I say, a few people do hold that against some of the athletes, and they just knock them down like maybe a spot or 2. I don't think they eliminate them completely.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really given that stuff that much stock, you know. But I mean, what I do know is what he's been able to do now, and even at that age. So it's, you know, even him not getting in trouble or whatnot, and then coming back in heavyweight, and look how he's just been dismantling people. I mean, if you can't say he's the greatest of all time, then shit, and who is King Kong? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous, man. But he's definitely up there, and he's okay. So I thought GSP had 8. We're talking about this yesterday. Yeah, you got to put Islam at 5. He is not. And then even Khabib. If you guys want to talk about Khabib too, like, and I love Khabib. I think Khabib is the most dominant fighter of all time, but it's short-lived. Like, he'd be lucky to crack into the top 20. There's so many good fighters, man. Like Randy Couture, the unsung hero, bro. Like Randy Couture, bro. Like I had Randy Couture at 5, and you know, Islam kind of got in there, but man, like, he's the natural. He is the goal that I feel like people have truly erased him from history. And I feel like it's my job to freaking resurrect his name, bro, because what he was able to do at his age, I mean, it's absolutely like ridiculous. He's so underrated, and it bothers me.
He started at 33. He was amazing, Randy Couture. Jose Aldo had 7 UFC title defenses and 2 in the WEC. So he's up there as well. It's fun to always talk about this, but look, we only have a couple minutes left. Let me ask you,
George. So where do you rank me? Since we're talking about, let's put you guys on.
I've always been big on the fact that you defended both of your titles. Okay.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
And you have a big skin on the wall, which is Go ahead.
Oh, you're lucky he broke up. Whatever that question was going to be.
There he is. Go ahead. What's your question?
I said, would you put DC?
Would you put DC ahead of him?
Yeah, I got it. You're buffering a little bit. You both had title defenses. So did Amanda Nunes. DC was a bigger jump to heavyweight. He actually came in reverse though. Oh no. He was a heavyweight, went down, went up. He won that Strikeforce tournament, which was really, really nice. That's a really, really good question, Henry. I'd have to,
because okay, I'm gonna tell you something, George. Because I had a conversation with Khabib about this. I beat Mike John Jones and Demetrius Johnson.
That's
He
a
never
huge
did.
skin on the wall. That's what I was saying.
And then think about it this way too. Because I had this conversation with Khabib. Because I was like, I don't think so, Khabib. And then look at who he defended his belts with. Like, you could also put it. He defended his belt. I think at that time he didn't give Stipe that shot. So then what? So how do you do that, man? Because you also got to think about it that way. Did you truly fight the number one contender, or did you give the champ a rematch, like things like that? So there's so many different ways to kind of play with it that it's crazy. Like, what do you put Alex Pineda, a guy that was kind of, here you go, there's a finish line. Like, what do you put a guy like that? You know what I'm saying? That was kind of,
he got help.
UFC made.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's and it's it's not that I'm hating. I'm just like, bro. Like, if we're gonna start to analyze things like that, then let's look at the whole scope of things, and then maybe we could get clearer answers.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, real quick before we let you go, since you're a stakeholder, you have to be proud of what they've done, folks. Listen to this: Sean Brady against Jordan Burroughs, Colby Covington against Bilal Muhammad, David Carr against Tomurjov Salkazanov, who sounds tough. I don't know who he is.
Oh, very good, bro. Like everybody that you're mentioning right now, I'm just like, bro.
Bo Nickel, Tyron Woodley, Joaquin Buckley. This is crazy what you guys are doing at RAF. You're gonna blow through the whole wad. Save some of that budget.
Now they're raising Chad. People are giving money. They see what real American freestyle is going to become, and let me tell you this: raising money for them is not a problem. They just find the right people to help them raise that could be a part of something like this.
Henry, are you guys paying fair or are you overpaying? You're an honest guy. You don't have to give us numbers, but what do you think? Like, we wonder. We don't know what the numbers are. I'm sure a lot of these guys aren't coming for free, but at the same time, we want you to sustain and be around because it's fun to watch RAF on Saturday.
I would say both. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with what they're giving me. I mean, if they're able to get me back when I'm on family vacation to come back. And so I'm very happy. It's more than fair. They're more than fair people, and there's business involved in it. And I feel like Chad could possibly become the promoter of the year this year. Think about it like that, man. When he's been able to do
You got a point.
the opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, like Dana's been around for a minute, but what he's been able to do and the numbers that he's been able to get to be able to make Real American Freestyle the number one show on Fox Nation, and now the number 2 show, according to Gorgeous George. I mean, that's big time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, there'd have to be some sort of, like, I don't know if the ESPYs has that award or whatever. The World MMA Awards focuses on MMA, but like Goz was saying, that is an interesting take, man. This guy's putting together some good shows. He deserves a pat on the back for his matchmaking abilities.
Oh, big time. Chimaev. Let's not forget about Chimaev. In wrestling, you have the biggest rivalry in its history. For him to make it, Sunday Live versus Kyle Snyder, bro, that's real wrestling there. Like, that isn't what the crossover shit that we're doing. Like, these dudes, like, I've been out of the game for 18 years. These guys, to get the best of the best to compete for Sunday Live to come in first match against Kyle Snyder, bro, that is like history book. That's like history book type record stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing. All right, we'll let you go. Thanks for the time, Henry. Been a while since we caught up, but it was a great chat as always. And best of luck with the rest of your camp. I guess now you're really focused on weight cut. The camp's over, but anyway, I hope you have a great match on Saturday.
Yeah, thanks again, guys. You guys wish me luck, and I'm bringing this back for America now. No more Mr. Nice Guy.
That's what's up. All right, thanks, Henry. Take care, man.
Thank you.
All right, later, guys.
See ya.